Willkommen. My name is Sean Huggins. I'm an American living in Germany, and on this channel, I'm looking to learn all about life in Germany and Europe in general through watching silly videos and stuff on the internet with you guys. And let's just hop straight into it. So today we're taking a look at the truth about living in Germany, an American's point of view. This should be interesting for me because I am American, obviously, and I'm living in Germany, obviously. So, I don't know, I feel like I have to see what this guy says and compare notes with him or something. The way that the title is structured, the truth about living in Germany, it sounds like there's like some hidden secrets in here or something, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out together.
So when I landed in Germany, I remember the first thing that was kind of a shock was hopping on a train. I had never been on a train. Now it seems...
Never been on a train before. I guess I never rode that many trains in America, maybe a handful of trains in America. Yeah, we have trains in America. It's just not something that's as widely used as it is here. So yeah, that's kind of funny actually.
Really normal. But I hopped on a train, went through the beautiful countrysides of Germany down to a little city called Marana. And I remember being kind of shocked at how small it was and that we had a car. And then there were little tiny things that were shocking to me. I mean, like just for the fun of saying what they were, there was like a light switch. They're not light switches. They're kind of like pads.
Yeah, the different light switches. Yeah, those are cool. I like those.
So you hit a whole entire pad. Or the pillows, they're not rectangle, they're squares.
Oh, I don't like the pillows. I prefer the American style pillows for sleeping in bed. I know, sue me. I know it's crazy, but I prefer the American style pillows.
There are windows. They don't open up and down or side to side.
The German windows. German windows are the best. They're the best windows for sure. I also really like the electrical outlets in Germany, how the plug goes like a little bit into the wall. You know what I mean? Like the plugs go inside the wall a little bit. In America, it's just flush with the wall and it just kind of sticks in there. But in Germany, it goes inside of the wall, and I don't really know how else to explain it, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean. That's pretty cool. I like the outlets.
Tip in and out, and they open kind of like a door. So
the windows.
There's a lot of little differences like that. They have, I mean, our apartment had our washer and dryer in the kitchen. Oh. And then I thought that was just our apartment, and then I realized a lot of apartments are like that. So.
Oh. I haven't seen that yet that I can remember. We don't have a dryer in our apartment. We just have a washer, but our washer is in one of our bathrooms. So I like that. I don't think that I would like the washer machine in the kitchen just because I feel like there's too much stuff going on in there now. In America, if you have a house, a lot of people have a whole separate room just for laundry. My house in America had laundry in one of the bathrooms again, but my parents, for example, have an entire room just for laundry. And then an apartment that I lived in America had a washer dryer combination stacked on top of each other inside of basically a closet, and that was actually really cool. But yeah, I can't ever think of a time when I saw a washer machine in a kitchen, either in America or in Germany.
Those were little tiny things, but nothing big. My favorite food in Germany is just schnitzel and rotkohl. Rotkohl is just red cabbage.
A classic. You can't go wrong with schnitzel ever. Schnitzel is
they would have
the best.
Klöße, so that's basically it looks like a potato, but it's not. It's just a dumpling. I guess that's what it is in English.
I have never had Klöße, and I'm not sure if I've ever heard of it. I need to find out what this Klöße thing is and see if it's good or not.
And that was my favorite. Was when we just had schnitzel, rotkohl, and Klöße. I also really liked rouladen, which was just meat rolled up in, and they'd marinate it, and it just tasted really good. Okay. I like their meat. Simply said.
Weisswurst, Rotwurst, Currywurst, all the Wurst. I like it too.
Really learned to like red cabbage, which I disliked. I also liked sauerkraut. Didn't like that either. So, but by the end, I pretty much liked anything they put in front of me. The weather in Germany is similar to here in Utah. I mean, the hots are a little bit hotter and the colds are a little bit colder due to the humidity.
So this guy lives in Utah in America, which is very different from where I come from in America, which is a place called Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is almost exactly like Germany weather-wise. Really hot summers, really cold winters, lots of like forests and farmlands once you get outside of the cities and stuff. Yeah, Pennsylvania reminds me a lot of Germany by like the looks of it at least, and the feel of the weather and all that. But one of the things about America is that it is so crazy diverse depending on where you live in America, where you can live at the beach, you can live in the mountains, you can live on a desert, you can live in a frozen tundra, you can do whatever you want in America. It's so big and it has like a little bit of everything that coming to Germany could be a really big change for you if you're not used to this kind of atmosphere, I guess.
I really like their traditions that revolve around music and the traditions that revolve around Christmas.
Oh,
They start Christmas
Christmas
at the very
markets.
beginning of December, and they have the Advent site, which is the time of the Advent, and they have these Advent calendars and they have Advent wreaths, and they celebrate each Sunday prior to the Christmas morning. And that's a tradition that I would want to hold up for the rest of my life with my family. And another tradition that I found interesting was they open their gifts on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve gift opening. That's something that we don't do in America. We open our gifts on Christmas Day. That's something that I am still getting used to. But if you're a kid, heck yeah, that's even better. You open your gifts a day sooner. Heck yeah, dude.
Which is interesting to me. I always thought you do it Christmas morning, but Germans are a little bit different that way. Let's see. Another cultural thing about Germany is the public transportation. So you don't see as many cars in cities, and the roads aren't very wide because they all take public transportation. It was interesting because I spent majority.
Yeah, Germans love their cars, but Germans also love their public transportation, and I love that too because it's very convenient. Something that we do not do very well in America because the way that our country is designed, it's designed for automobiles, it's designed to drive around. It's not designed for public transportation, and that kind of sucks.
On the east side, which was under communist rule, where the DDR was these last not too long ago.
DDR,
so
Dance
we met
Dance
a lot
Revolution.
of people who were communists. I never thought that I would become friends with a bunch of communists. It just never crossed my mind as an American, but it ended up being wonderful. I had a lot of friends.
Communists?
That had a lot of different political views that I had never really viewed before.
I feel like this guy might be confusing communism for like socialist ideas or something. I don't know if there's like swarms of communists all over Germany, like befriending people. He probably meant like socialist or like ideas of socialism and stuff, but that's definitely different than full-on communism.
I learned to respect other people's opinions
I know what he's trying to say, though.
To not be so hasty to judging. And I realized that the ideals of communism can be appealing. I mean, maybe I shouldn't categorize them all as communists. A lot of them were just socialist and had more of those communistic ideals.
There we go.
But it was still an eye-opener to me when I started making friends with people with other political perspectives. If you're wanting to learn German, the key to speaking any language, I think, is just speaking it constantly.
Yep, that's all you do. That's all you can do.
I didn't think I was going to be able to learn a language, but I got a lot of support from my siblings who would write me letters saying, oh, you can try something more like this, try something like that. For example, my sister, she plays the piano, so she kept telling me to continue to study and memorize the charts of the German language, which tell you der, die, and das, so the masculine, feminine, and neuter cases, and when it's going to be nominative, dative, genitive, things like that. And you memorize these endings, and she compared those to a scale, like when you're learning the piano. And so she said, just keep memorizing those, and that proved to be really beneficial.
All you can do is just practice. I have learned that the hard way. I've been trying to study German, but I learned so much more German by just going out and doing it, and it sucks because I hate sucking at talking to people and sounding like an idiot, but there's just no other way to do it, unfortunately. So I'm going to continue to sound like an idiot until I don't sound like an idiot, and then I will still probably sound like an idiot in some cases. In fact, I'm sure that I will, but that's what it is when you're learning a new language, I guess.
Also, in learning German, the first thing I learned is was bedeutet. So what does this word mean? So you'd say was bedeutet house, and then they'd say in English house. So that makes it so you can continue a conversation just by asking somebody, what is?
Yo, what you talk about? That's what we would say in English. If you don't know what someone's saying in English, just be like, yo, what you talking about? That's basically the same. That's the same thing, you know?
What does that word mean? And then they can answer that. And then the second sentence I learned was wie sagt man. Wie sagt man means
What is that?
How do you say tree? So
I just learned something new. Wie sagt man? I've heard it before, but I never translated it. I never actually knew what it meant.
wie sagt man tree?
Perfect.
And then they'd say Baum. So those two sentences were the first things I learned in German. And then from there, if you're stranded on the street, you have to speak, you can always struggle to put a sentence together.
Yeah, also a lot of people obviously speak English in Germany. Like people in Germany are taught English their whole lives and consume a lot of English content their whole lives, and that obviously helps. But at the same time, you would be surprised how much you can get by just like making noises and like body language and pointing and being like, what? I want to go here. How do I do? And like acting stuff out and like, yeah, like talking with your hands and stuff. Like when I first got to Germany and I basically knew no German at all, it's just what I had to do. Like just, can I have that thing? One of those things, like super embarrassing and it sucks, but like you'd be surprised how efficient it can be, especially when like you have no other option, you know? All right, let's see. Does he have anything else to say?
But really, in the end, learning the language wasn't the issue. After about 4 months, it was no longer an issue. I mean, I just woke up, studied the language, and it just came pretty naturally.
Cool. Learn German in 4 months. That's... Damn, I wish I could do that. I think I'm too dumb for that, though. I've been here for over a year, and I still am not fluent. I mean, it's probably something that I'm always going to learn, and even if I am considered fluent, probably going to always keep studying more and more and trying to improve and trying to learn new words. It's just something that I'm probably just going to keep learning for the rest of my life. So I'm in it for the long haul. That's what I'm saying. I'm in it for the long haul. But I'm curious, what do you guys think? Did you find anything on this list interesting? Anything that you found weird that us Americans think about Germany? Anything that you were expecting to hear that maybe we didn't mention? Let me know down in the comments below. But at any rate, that's all the time that I have for today. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing. We got new videos every single day. Check the links in the description for all of my other social media, including my vlog channel. Thank you guys so much for being here, and as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.